Hello guys, I'm Raido Puust, and in this brief video we take a look how to download and install Autodesk Revit 2022. Obviously, there are different ways how you can download the software, so let's take a look what those options are. And actually there is one new option which is called Autodesk Custom Install. We also take a look how you can simplify the download procedure using that option. So let's start from Autodesk website and autodesk.com, and you can also include Revit in here to land directly onto Revit page. And depending on which version is currently active, the latest version, you can see a download free trial option just in the top row. And if I click download free trial, then I can basically see what kind of available platforms I do have. Windows 64. I can also see other system requirements. Please take a look before you actually download or install it into your own machine. And I can also see a estimated maximum file size, which is about 16 gigabytes. So ensure that you have enough room in your PC. I can then click next, and now I will select which kind of user I am, because currently I'm selecting a trial, or let's say I want to just try it out. So in that case, it doesn't really matter which one I pick, because it's the same installer, and later on, once I use a serial key, I can state how my product is activated. I do prefer to select business user, even if I'm later on activate it as a student or teacher. So because if you select student or teacher, then you will be redirected to Autodesk Educational website. Yes, business user, also choose your language, English, and then I click next. And now I have to create a Autodesk account, or if I already have one, then I can simply sign in. You can create Autodesk account for free. So it's just a way how Autodesk communicates with the license and product that you download and install. So you have to have one, even if you don't plan to buy it. So you have to create one account, and it's free to do that. So it's just Autodesk account. So I click next and sign in because I already have one account ready. And then I have to include some information about a company. So I fill in this part as well. And then I can click begin download. So I hit begin download. And now I should see that I do have a Revit and Webinstall.exe available. So this clearly indicates that I'm currently downloading only a small part of downloadable files. And once I start installation, then during installation, I basically select what options I want to have. Because it's a web install and I'm actually not downloading a full package to my computer, so I do prefer other ways to do it. But of course, it's easy way to do it, and you can also later install additional packages. But I will also show you in a moment different other ways how you can do that. If I, let's say, download this web install, let's take a look. I include a subfolder and maybe also web install, and then I download it. So as you see, it's only 8 megabytes. But once this is done, this will download a small additional package. So I hit yes. My installation is currently prepared. And now I can select I agree to terms of use, next. And then you can see that basically I'm ready to install. So it's really easy to install in such a way, but be advised and remember that you can't select any content packs. Those content packs can be added at later steps, but there are ways in where you can select those content packs with your downloadable files, and then it makes things a lot easier to install, because you don't have to worry from where I can get this content pack or whatever. So because of that, I don't install it right now. So I close this installer, but this is one way to do it. And now let's check another way to do it. So I go to autodesk.com and Education. If you are a student or educator, then you obviously use this portal to download and install your products. And this is also your one and only place, basically, from where you can activate or from where you can get your license keys. Again, you have to have an account and you have to activate this account as a student or educator. So there is a kind of a validation step needed in where you have to prove that you are a student or educator. And then once you have created your account, this account is validated. You can see that I'm logged in right now. Then you can scroll down and just try to find from where you can find or access the downloads. Yeah. So for example, students or educators, I click educators, then I scroll down and I can see that, okay, confirm your eligibility to access. So I hit get products and then I need to sign in once again. So sometimes it's not automatically done. So this sign in, yes, I click again, sign in. So once the sign in is accepted, I can see if my account is validated. If it doesn't, then there will be additional screens in where you have to select which university and as such. You probably have to also prove or include some kind of document that you are a student or educator. And then once this step is ready, I can see all products that are available through my Autodesk educational licensing system. So, and from here I can see Revit and I hit get license. Once again, I can see sign in, but this should disappear automatically. I do wait a bit and now I can see a message that you are confirmed. So get Autodesk software. Now I can select license type. So because I plan to install it without network server, then I select this option. If you are IT manager in your university, then of course you can select deploy with network server. So options are available. And then I select Revit 2022 operating system, only Windows 64-bit available, and language English. Now I can see a serial number and also product key. I can also see file size, which is about 12 gigabytes. And basically I can now scroll down and hit download now. From here I can see different options. I can download using my browser, which sometimes divides your files into multiple files. So you have to be extra careful that you download all those bits. But I currently recommend to use download now. So if I select download now, then this will download Autodesk Download Manager, which is a small program, and this helps to download the full package of Revit. Yeah? Using Autodesk Download Manager, it is also a lot quicker to download the product or those files. I click open Autodesk Download Manager, and then again I can select to where I want to download those files. I select some different folder. So for example, Autodesk, maybe make new folder. I want to keep the different folder structure, and maybe this is now download manager. Okay, I hit OK, and then I can click OK also in this dialog. And it should start to download my files. It may take some time. So as you see, it's about 12 gigabytes and it's up to your internet speed, how much it takes. And once this is finished, it will fire up this installation dialog straight away. But of course, you can decide, do you want to install it now, or you can do that later, maybe tomorrow, whatever. So in that same location, what I selected, you can find this setup exe. Let's keep it running. And while it does, I will show you a third option, which is quite new, fresh one. It's called Autodesk Custom Install. And in there, you can actually select what you want to include into your downloadable package. And you can also include different plugins, and also you can select different content packs. But the only difference is in here that you have to be a current subscriber, otherwise you don't see those options. For example, if I'm using a educational license and I have activated basically my product already because I can see my license key, yes. In a minute or so, it should go also into my Autodesk main account. So it's called manage.autodesk.com. Either you are educational user or commercial user, you can use the same address, manage.autodesk.com. You will log in using the same username and password that you are using during your educational account or commercial account, and then you can see an option, custom install. So actually I have shown it already in my previous video, but because now I want to download Revit, let's do it again. So I select custom install, then I select license type, serial number, and then I can see a selection of products. The list is available because I'm already have used those softwares. Yes, if you haven't, you may see only Revit in here because I was kind of activating through educational portal only Revit. If you haven't done any activations or kind of downloads, then you don't see any option in here. So you have to be a kind of current user. Remember that. So I select Revit. Now I can see a latest version. Well, actually latest version is 2022 at the moment. So if I select a specific version, I can see now Revit 2022 and I select this one. I can see my serial number and product key. I can hit customize product registration so that during installation I can kind of select which serial number I want to use or activation, yeah. And then, which is good in here is that I can download different plugins straight away, and I can also select different content packs. So for example, if I go and select customization and I will scroll down, I can see that I can change content path variables. Usually I don't change those variables, but I also have selection of optional components, and in here I can select what I want to include into my download. Quite often those options are available through extra step, for example using Autodesk Desktop App, from where you can find different plugins, yes, for your product. This custom install lets you to select all those components, plugins straight away, of course considering that they are available at that moment, because quite often we see that some plugins are not available straight away when new version is coming out, so you have to wait maybe a week, maybe a month, but then those are available. And then obviously you can create a new custom install if you want to, or you can apply those plugins using Autodesk Desktop App. Those are also available in here under products and services, all products and services, and you can find also different updates in here. So you don't have to create a totally new custom install. It also depends how many machines you want to include, yeah? How many installations you want to carry out. So let's see what options we have in here. E-transmit, work sharing, generative design, all good. Format, I want to keep it. Product feedback, okay, let's keep it. Personal accelerator, yes. And then I can see that if I'm a metric user, then I remove those that I don't want to have. So for example, I don't need imperial content. I keep US English and UK English, but I do remove all other countries. Yes, you can install at later steps those as well, but right now I want to save some space. Well, obviously they are adding up quite a few, maybe megabytes, yeah, because those are not full content packs, as it says, essential, yeah. So if you want to, you can keep those. Sometimes it's good to see what is available in different country packs. So removing those, I can also include Revit server or custom application settings. And now extensions part. In here, I can select those different plugins. For example, Revit InfraWorks workflows, Solar analysis, Revit database link, robot structural analysis extension. All those are familiar if you are a current Revit user. Lighting analysis, and also, which is good in here, is that I can select BIM interoperability tools. Now all selected. Remember, if you don't want to do that straight away, or if you're using a Webinstall, you can download and install those separately at later step. So I select content now, and in here I can now select kind of full content based on my country. And in here I do have, for example, US English available, but it's also available as imperial and metric content. So that's it. Basically, I have done quite many selections, which simplifies my installation at later steps, because all those will be installed together, in one go. But again, in terms of full content packs, I can show you that there is websites from where you can add up different country packs. Okay, I scroll back on the top, and now what I can do is I can go through again if all selections are that I wanted to do, and now I hit next. I can rename my installer, for example, let's say Revit Custom Installer. I can select install or deploy, so different options. Deploy has been available through normal installation as well beforehand. Again, if you plan to install it into many machines, then it's a good option. Now I can select or change installation path, so I keep it as it is, so default one, and of course I have to agree to the terms of use. Now I hit create installer, and this step may take some time, but once it is finished, you can then start to download it to your machine as a specific installer. As you see, Revit Custom Installer. Again, I'm using a different option here so that I can easily find which one is which. So Autodesk Revit 2022, and let's use Custom Install. It's mainly because of this video, Custom Install Autodesk Revit. So I select this folder. This is just one exe file. It will start the download into different folder usually. So I hit save, and this is just about 12 megabytes, so it's a small file, but it's like a download manager which now connects to Autodesk server and starts to build up this specific installation package, and which will be then downloaded into your machine. Once this file has been downloaded, as it says, you have to double click on this exe file, and then you have to agree that you want to fire it up. And now you can see Autodesk Custom Install Setup, and it will start to create a specific installer based on what you have selected. Let's wait once this is finished, and then we can see how to install Autodesk Revit. So once this custom install is also downloaded, we can then check our hard drive and see those different options, how we can install our product. And by the way, those methods that we just took a look, they are quite common to different Autodesk products as well. So let's see our hard drive now. As you can recall, we have here different options that we were using. One option was web install, and if I open this up, I can see very small file. And this web install is good for if you just want to quickly download and install it. But it's not so good if you want to repeat the installation, let's say, in different machines. Now the second option was Download Manager. And in here, as I said, we actually download all the files first. And because of that, this folder is usually larger. For example, in my case, it is about 12 gigabytes. The only difference in here is that it doesn't have all those plugins that were available at the time when you downloaded it. So you have to install those plugins separately. And the third option was Autodesk Revit Custom Install. In here we can see a exe file that we fired up, and then this was downloading our files into our machine and also was creating a specific installer for specific product. Now remember that, as you see, it's quite a small file, and if I take a look actually to where those files are downloaded, it's a common location, C drive, Autodesk, and from here you can also see that you have installed Autodesk custom installer, and by using this PAT file you can start the installation. Remember that if you intend to rename or remove those folders to portable drive, you also have to change this PAT file. But you can also check another video that I have made before, how you can use Autodesk custom install. So let's now move forward and let's check how the installation using download manager option looks like. So I open up this folder again and I hit setup.exe. I minimize my file browser. I need to agree the license terms, so I agree to the terms of use. Next. And then only selections that I can actually make are selecting to where I want to install my product and also content, the location of content. So I'm using this version of installation right now to show you actually what is installed and how you can kind of install that content that you are mainly interested of later on. So currently I just hit install and installing Revit starts. So let's wait once this installation is finished, and then we take a look what has been included and what we can add on top of this product. Well, it's quite an interesting to see that my installation is still going on, but I can already start a product. Anyway, now the installation is finished. I can see an icon at my desktop. I can also find it from my menu. If I search, for example, Revit, depending on which version I have installed, I can select the correct one and fire it up. I can also start from this dialog. So let's do that and let's see what has been installed. So start. Autodesk Revit 2022 will be initialized. I can see some marketing because I have not yet activated my product. Then I can select what I want to do. If I do have a license, then I can click already have a license, and then I can just select which option to go. What is my kind of license type? Was it a serial number? Was it a user account or network license? For example, in my case, I do have a serial number option, so I select this one. And then I can select, do I want to activate the product or do I want to run the product? Because 30 days I can run freely. It's a trial version. So I hit run right now. And now my Autodesk Revit 2022 starts first time. This is obviously a start screen or Autodesk Revit desktop view from where I can start a new project or create a new component family, as it is called in Revit. But I can also check what has been installed in terms of my content. I click on this small icon. Then I can go to File, and now I select Options. If I select File Locations, I can now see which kind of content was installed by default. Because we were not able to select anything, we basically did a silent install. Default content packs and also templates were installed. As I can see, I do have a selection of different templates, and those are available in this location. So for example, if I select this location, I can see that I do have some Autodesk Revit templates ready to be used. You basically do need a template to be able to start with your projects. What is also important is that you do have some content packs, and this is clearly indicated with default path for family template files. If I select Browse, I can see that I do have family templates for all those countries. If I select, for example, English, I can see some basic content in here. But I can obviously add some additional content pack into the same location so that it is easily accessible and I can find those from one and only location. It can be any other location as well, which is accessible by Revit, but then you have to also ensure that this path is also changed. Once again, this is important to check what templates and what content packs has been installed. I hit cancel and then I select again my home screen. So home, file or just home, and you are going back to your desktop. If you want to start with a new project, if you are a new user, then you can select new and then you select a template based on what you want to start it. For example, if you want to create some architecture, then you select architectural template. If structural, then structural template. And in terms of different systems, MEP, then systems template. But you can also select browse and select any template from any location. And then once you have selected the template, then you create a new project. You're not creating project template, but you're creating new project. Make a difference in between project and project template. Project template, yes, you can assign different settings that are available with any new projects later on, and then you can make it accessible again through this menu. But right now I'm interested to create a new project, so I hit OK, and now my full user interface will be opened up, and I can see all the tools and tool palettes in terms of Autodesk Revit. If I want to activate my product, now this depends on which kind of user you are. Are you a commercial user or educational user? To activate your product, you can select your name and then manage license. So this account is the same Autodesk account that you were using while you downloaded your product. So for example, I was downloading it from Autodesk Educational portal. So my license is also available in that portal. And because this time it is a serial key, serial number, then I can just include this serial number and activate my product. So manage license, I can then select activate. Now I can select enter serial number. Now I have the same screen as before, but now I select activate. And then I have to include my serial number. This serial number is also available through Autodesk app. For example, if I go and open up my Autodesk Desktop App, I can go to my products and tools. And in here I do have also Revit 2022 because I was using the same account when I downloaded the product. So that's because I can see also my product in this screen. And I can just quickly find my serial number, input into this box, and then I can activate quite quickly. So let's do that. I hit next, and then I should see a thank you for activating. My license is all good. I can click finish. I may need to restart my product to be able to see that it's not unregistered version anymore. If I close Revit and open it up again, then now I don't see any marketing dialog anymore, but I do have my educational version ready. And then I can just click again, new project, and start doing something great. In addition, you can also include or install additional plugins on top of Revit. There was a different workflow as I showed you during custom install, in where we selected our plugins and then those were included during installation. But currently I'm using the version in where I don't have those plugins, and as such I just need to go to my Autodesk app and see what's available. So for example, I can close my Revit, I can go and select Autodesk app, then in here I do have also my updates, and from here I can see which plugins are available. And as you see, actually those same plugins that I selected during custom install option are available also now. So you can just click one by one and include those into your current Revit installation. For example, I select maybe this BIM interoperability tools. I click update, it will be downloaded, then installed. I hit install again, and once the installation is finished, I can click finish, and then this also disappears from this screen. And I can continue with different other updates. Also, Revit updates are coming to the same screen. I can click close, I can hit Revit again, I can click new project, OK, and then I can see a separate ribbon tab what I just installed. So in that way you can do a Autodesk Revit 2022 installation. You have multiple ways to do that. like Webinstall, which I don't recommend, only in those cases when you really need a quick installation and you also ensure that those options that you need are available in that Webinstall. So my recommended option is that you use Download Manager, but also if you need to install a product multiple times into different computers, then this custom installation is also really good. It doesn't mean that you have all options available straight away. You may have to wait, meaning that if a new product is just coming out, then all plugins may not be available just yet. So in the future, you may need to update this custom install so that it can be again used for different installations quickly, including different plugins that you need or your users need. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed this video and you learned something new. If you want to have more videos like this, please do subscribe to my channel and see you next time. If you got excited to see my next episode, please do subscribe to my channel and you get notifications once I upload a new video. Bye bye.